Team Wars for week 51. 1 week left in the year. Can you believe it? Another week of Team Wars, another year of Team Wars, another year of my stream. It's crazy to think. What's it been? 6 years, 7 years now? It's crazy to think. Appreciate you guys all for being here. Let's have some fun. Let's have some fun. We got 15 games, 15 matchups. We got Trollbot. Is this guy a cheater? That sounds like a cheater's name. I didn't have a great setup here. So leading with the assassin, not terrible. Not a terrible choice this week. You were kind of playing against the cock magic this week. You don't want to lead your Grand Wizard. You don't want to lead all your stuff and get them all removed. So you kind of had to really slow play and keep the amount of cards that you had available, or the amount of cards that you actually used, down to a minimum. Until they use the cock magic, then you slam it in their face. So I didn't use the Psalm, didn't think I'd have to. Ooh, brutal. Brutal. Could have saved it there though. Will Psalm believe here? Oof. Yeah, level 5 Psalm in silver. Oh, and something fun fact, I played somebody from Tribo BR, which was the other team that we'd always go up against that was getting second place constantly. Well, they finally got to gold, and I play them in a gold matchup. Oh, this guy left. Paladin doesn't get any hits off. The level 5 Wonder Tweak. Wonder Tweak outranges the Tower Defender, which is pretty sick. Pretty sick. Can you see the music and the game pretty well? All right, we got Shunny's from Locher's Revenge. Does anybody know what that means? Who's Locher? Anybody? Bueller? Shunez. All right, we probably got to lead the Psalm. Psalm's kind of like a nice non-committal. There's nothing that really needs the Psalm. I will say like the Slave is nice to use the Psalm against to break it, but there's plenty of other ways to do that. And Psalm's like a really, what's the word? It really impacts what they can play by putting your Psalm out. But this guy just stopped playing. I guess he saw the level 5 Psalm. And just like Matt was saying, level 5 Psalm in silver is just evil. But I mean, we do have the level 2 Amazingly Randy, so that makes up for it, right? That makes up for it, right, bro? Right? Right? Although everything else is pretty good. Wonder Tweak 5, not very good, but you're more just using his ability. Ingenious Incubus. Tribo BR, right here. They're in gold. They made it to gold, and this is why I've always thought the trophy system is stupid. Because even if you get second place every single week, you're still going up in crowns. Level 2 legends, they do not belong in gold yet, guys. This team does not belong in gold. And now there's about 45, so 45 times 3, 45 times probably 5, really. Because they could get wins or losses, I don't know, it depends. But there's probably 3 losses, 45 times 3 losses extra per week from potatoes, just because Tribo is in gold. So gold is even more saturated with newbies now. Tribo will either bounce back and forth between, because they're in like the 40, if they stay in like the 45 bracket, they're gonna get dusted every week. So they're gonna have to make a decision whether they're like just swapping back and forth between doing okay in silver to getting rocked in gold. And then someone else in Wales matched up with Tribo. Yeah, see? A bunch more free matches, basically. Because they just won't be able to get enough levels and stuff. But it's interesting. It's interesting. But I've always thought they should have changed the way the trophies work, because it's too easy. Even if you get 3rd place, and in a lot of setups, if you have 50 people and you get 4th place, you'll still get positive crowns because you get crowns per points. So you could get up to 50 points just from your scores. Even if you get 4th place, you're still getting pretty good points. And 4th place is like what, -25, -50 maybe. So it's like you might end up going up. Maybe you're only going up 5 points a week or something like that. Maybe some weeks you're losing a couple points, whatever it might be. but eventually you're gonna go up to gold, and every silver team that exists eventually will be in gold. And I know there's teams that like, they're like, oh, we're the 50th top gold team, and they take pride in that, but like that doesn't really, it doesn't really mean anything, because all that is just longevity of playing the game. Because if you have a team with a decent amount of people in it that get a decent score, you're going to get positive trophies every week. So it's not really, oh, what a huge heal on that Ike. Did you see that? Right before the new kid blasted, SHARON healed the Ike and just absolutely dusted him. Hilarious. All right, let's keep it up. Let's keep it up. We got the Adventure Lock again. Ko Tico. Kertico Haraguyu. Paraguay? This song's kind of sick. All right. I don't hate the Grand Wizard 3 play. I mean, it's a low-level Grand Wizard. Check out this trick. Randy's ability, yeah, you usually want to use it, but not all the time. Big Gal was against SHARON this week. Big Gal can be good in a deck like this. Yeah, SHARON's just too good. Mostly because she heals new kid, but also just like she heals everybody around her. There's not like a limit. Like Angel can only heal 3 people. SHARON can heal everybody, so it can be so potentially impactful. And healing the new kid is very nice too. So healing the tower, also very nice. But you got to remember, guys, only use the Grand Wizard ability when it's going to actually kill some of the range units that it's going to hit. I made sure that Wonder Tweak was going to die there because the SHARON was hitting it, because you don't want to hit the range cards with the Grand Wizard. The range cards survive, they get knocked back out of your range, your cards retarget or never hit them again, whatever might happen, and then maybe they SHARON heal or whatever. Like, you just don't want that to happen. So Grand Wizard ability, you don't always want to be just using willy-nilly. You want to make sure you're using it intentionally so that it doesn't end up messing up. Like right now I could use it whenever, it wouldn't possibly matter, but early on, especially on your side, you want to make sure you're not helping them out. And that's why PC Principal is not a good choice typically, because his push can help him a lot of times. But yeah, Big Gal, I think I played against one guy with Big Gal. He might get 1 bar with it, but I think I only saw 1. So it was almost always SHARON. And SHARON with the Santa could just be so dangerous. A lot of fun. A lot of fun. Pretty decent start here. You can kind of play against them. Yeah, I don't mind that. If he wants to use the cock magic against that, it doesn't bother me too much. And I am a professional Santa player. I'm one of the OG Santa players. Probably was the first person in the whole game to have it level 5. Honestly, I think that's true. It was back when I was running the chip deck, and the main part of the chip deck was Marcus. And so Marcus and Santa, I leveled up that Santa ASAP, and I learned the magic of the Santa charge and how to use it to the best of its ability. Good heal. Now you wait for the other Andy. Boo-ba-doo-ba-doo. You wait for the Santa, you use that, and then you proc it so you get them both. Oh, nice. So the Santa and the Amazingly Randy is actually really good timing together, because it'll hit, like the Santa will, like SHARON comes a little bit before the Santa, but Santa will get it just like right around the time as Randy. So you just wait a bit, you get the Randy, then you use the Santa again. You're kind of wasting a bit of the SHARON time, but that's fine. If you really need the health, you can use that a little bit earlier and then grab a little bit of extra health. But this is just levels right here, honestly. I'm playing well with the Santa, but also my levels are just steamrolling him. But also, I think if it was even levels, I think we would have ended up similar here. I don't think there would have been an issue at all. I think we would have been fine. All right, now we got Ambeck, Modafax. All right, Bottleneck DLC, Bo DLC. This is the downloadable content. Nice. It would have been fun to take Big Gay out just for funsies, though. Unlike Nambla. We should pick Fundex and Nambla, because Nambla's always getting their ass kicked anyway. So we should just pick Fundex just for me. Just for my content on Moody on that. Oh, terrible terrible levels here by this guy. Let's see if those Coopers will get to the new kid. Will the tanks run to him? No, both tanks ignore it. That was actually interesting aggro range by them. I thought they would have gone for it. We almost get the bar from that alone. That's crazy. And the Randy is just sitting here enjoying life. Randy doing work. Oh, that's just a sad amount of health they lose because they're such low level. Can we take out the... He used the Santa on the Psalm even though the Psalm was already charged. Like, what? What is going on here? All right, here's something interesting. Would this make... Like, I would say right now in ladder, Santa isn't playable mostly because Mayor exists. So what if Santa was changed to, instead of trigger or like charge everybody's ability, it would just trigger every charge ability once, and it wouldn't reset the cooldown. So if it was halfway charged, it would trigger the charge and then it would keep going halfway and then charge again, right? So then it's kind of more of an instant thing, so that Mayor doesn't just run. And even if, so if you get the Santa out, so if all your units get power binded or Mayored or whatever, and then you use the Santa and you use the Santa's charge, the Santa, everybody will still use their charge ability, right? Everybody will still use their charge ability. I think that would be kind of interesting. Or what if instead of a charge, it was just a war cry where it only happened once, but you use Santa, and then every charge card on your side just gets triggered one time. Would that make him worth it? So you can't really counter him unless you snipe him. Would that make it worth it? I don't know what teams see Manbear pick Santa, Sam, and Grand Rose options and think Aerostorm is the pick over Cock Magic. Yeah, that's wild choice. Aerostorm, I definitely was not expecting any Aerostorms. I guess the only thing I could think is, I mean, kill the rats with the Aerostorm, or maybe they're thinking hit people with the Grand Wizard and then hit him with the Aerostorm to kill them, stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, you got to think a lot of these teams, they might kind of be getting like auto-picked because maybe they don't actually vote. You know what I mean? I would use Santa if he played that way. See, Johan agrees. I think that would be really interesting because then all of a sudden he's playable again because it's not, you know, just play Mayor. Because if Santa were ever to become meta, Mayor just becomes meta. Same with this is the same thing I've thought about Human Kite. If Human Kite ever becomes meta, then what happens is Inkin becomes meta, Fireball becomes meta, Mayor becomes meta, Powerbind becomes, all of that becomes meta, and then because of those changes, eventually Human Kite would not be meta anymore. And then people would then take that card. So it's like a cycle. And then people might be like, oh, let's Human Kite's good again because nobody plays Powerbind anymore. So let's put it, you know what I mean? That kind of thing. So same with that. If Santa as a charge card ever became, you know, really, really strong, all you got to do is run Powerbind or run Mayor. And it's just like, it just shits on that combo so hard that it's like impossible. Like if your deck is built around that and they have Mayor, you will lose. Like if you're at even scale and even level, it's like it'll be almost impossible to come back from that unless maybe you're running a sneaky shaman token or something like that. Now we're running right now, Kai. Can't you tell, baby? Can't you tell? Anything to not make towers meta anymore? What could we do to make towers not meta anymore? What, everybody in chat, put what you think would make towers be a little bit more fair. I'll do the same. We'll pay attention to some teamwork. Actually, no, this guy's level's terrible, so we'll just talk about it. I think first off, just make it so you can't heal them. I think if you can't heal the towers, that impacts their usage drastically and makes them more value centric. And like it makes them more. It makes it make more sense. Like look at that. I just healed it like half its health. That's stupid. maybe make it so they can't get attack boosts, but no, I would say like let them get attack boosts. If they don't survive forever, it won't matter as much, right? So I think that's a big part of it. If you just make it so they can't get healed, you can't use Rob and Tweak on it, I think that alone kind of fixes the problem, honestly. I think, honestly. Another thing you could say is have Cock Magic interact with the towers. That kind of goes against the rules of the game, but I get that. Like, look how much value we got from the share in there, dude. That was sick. Health should decrease on towers much faster, or if CM was effective on them. I agree, Cock Magic effective on them would be an interesting option. Something that I've definitely thought of is that for the towers, if the tower health as it goes down right now is totally fine, but if the tower is not actively attacking something, so like if it's just sitting there and wait, then the health goes down triple as fast or double as fast or something like that. So if you use the tower defender truly to defend, if you use these towers truly to defend and they're sitting there blasting, Cyborg Tower is still probably going to get a lot of value, but you won't be able to just sit it there and I can wait it out then. Like I can truthfully just wait and that thing will die pretty quickly, right? So it just gives you a path around it, which I think that's the problem with towers is that like other than removing it with a spell, which typically doesn't work out for you anyway, but other than removing it, there's no real working around it. You can't really swarm it because if you do swarm it, they're gonna have other cards like Satan, Cock Magic, Sizzler, whatever it might be. They're gonna have stuff to punish you trying to swarm it. If you try to play single cards on it, they'll just get blasted. Like it's just, there's no real counterplay to it. That's why it sucks. Like the cards themselves aren't broken necessarily. It's just the fact that they didn't leave any avenue to counterplay. If there was a earthquake spell that was 3 cost that instantly removed a tower, so that you had the potential in a common spell or like a neutral spell so you had the potential to counter the tower defender or counter the cyborg tower with like 1 or 2 cost benefit, that would be so impactful that like you wouldn't really see them. Just that card existing, you wouldn't see towers as much, because if towers became meta, then everybody would just run earthquake. And that's what Champion Strike has. I'm kind of thinking about that game. Champion Strike has a card called Earthquake that's an AoE like Fireball. It's only 3 cost. They have a 4 cost Fireball, but it's only 3 cost, and it does. I don't know why this guy is so mad, but it does damage to everything, but it does like triple damage to towers, and it does like damage over time. So if the meta in that game ever becomes put the 3 or 4 towers that exist in that game into, or just like put them there and wait kind of thing, then that card becomes the meta, and then so they would just counteract each other. So just by the existence of the card, it prevents that card from becoming really consistent in the meta. Now, does it prevent it from being used at all? No, because you could surprise people and then they don't run the card and then you can win with that, right? But it just can't like become the meta, you know what I mean? And then in that game, there's also stuff that specifically targets buildings. Like in that game, Starvin' Marvin would target buildings. Big Gay Al would target buildings. And that's something that would be interesting. What if Big Gay Al, Starvin' Marvin, and Mimsy attacked towers? Would that would at least make them more playable. It might not, oh, what a huge hit by that Ike. It might not make the towers not meta, but it would at least make those cards meta. Because imagine playing Big Gay Al and outranging the cyborg, or outranging the tower defender and just taking the tower defender out. It'd be pretty fun. Be pretty fun. We haven't had any really good matches yet to really talk about the matches themselves. We've been just talking about stuff in general. But it's been fun either way. Let's focus on these last couple matches before we call it a night. Castle makes Castle 6 cost. Yeah, that'd be fair, because then you kind of gain an energy when you remove it with Unholy. When you use the charge to 3x the attack speed, it should lose its health at 3x the speed. That's interesting. That's kind of the same idea as I had, but kind of the opposite. So it's like if it is attacking, it loses energy. Well, I can't remember what other game. What game am I thinking? I think it might be Harry Potter Magic Awakens, where when you spawn these cards that are like cards that kind of exist forever, totems, if you will. Every time they look at that, that's so funny. Every time you attack, it loses a little bit of health. So it's like, maybe you could do that with the towers. Like, instead of losing health over time, they lose health every attack. So you get 10 attacks on the tower, or you get 11 attacks on the tower or something like that. Like, that's it. That could be, yeah, you're right. That could be a good option too. I think it makes more sense if it's, because the problem is the stalling of it. The problem, I mean, Cyborg Tower does hurt a lot, but I don't think it necessarily is an issue that they do a lot of damage and stuff like that. Like, that just is worse because they can stall as well. If they did less damage, you couldn't stall as well because you could just swarm them and stuff, and then like they wouldn't be able to defend. So it's like one or the other. But I think it's fine that they do enough damage if, like right now, they would both just be ticking away way faster. It would just go boom, 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 boom. Triple speed. Mine wouldn't be. So his would still be losing health fast, but mine would have gone back to, and just kind of use it to defend, not to stall kind of thing. You know what I mean? They'll still be able to get value. They still might be annoying. They'll still interact with cock magic in that way, but I think at least it gives you the avenue to deal with it a little bit better. Because it just gives you, it makes it so that not playing a card at all is a better option. Like, at least force them to have to play a card to force you to play a card into the tower kind of thing. Like, don't just make it be so beneficial for me to like I can't just not play a card because it takes half the game for the tower to die when you play it. It takes like a minute and a half. If the tower doesn't take any damage, it takes like a minute for them to die or something like that. 100 seconds or some shit like that. It's crazy. It's just too much. It's too much. Because it's like 1%. I think it's 1% per second. So it's like, 1%, 100%. You throw any heals in there and you're in trouble. I think this guy gave up too, yeah. Why did this match take so... Oh no, he didn't give up. I was like, why did this match take so long if he gave up? Just make a nice tower emote. That's one of the best CM plays you've seen. Yeah, that was just kind of messing with him. Same here. No, that's the best cock magic play you've ever seen, baby. No, that's the best cock magic play you've ever seen. Do you want to take that back, baby? Do you want to take that back, baby? Look at this, look at this. Oh, ba, ba, ba. You see that shit? Watch it, watch it, watch it. Waiting for the cock magic. He plays it. Boom. Easy money. Beautiful. Beautiful. I was ready for it too. I was gonna cock magic before him anyway. It just worked out perfectly. That was great. Take it back. Take it back. All right, Moody, take us home. What do we got? Pretty bad start here. The only way to really benefit from this would be to play a tank in front of it, and then that plays into me, which is terrible. So he pretty much quit, or he pretty much just sold the game right there. Now I put that in a bad position because I'm not going to hit his tower ever, but that's okay. Basically makes his tower kind of worthless, but we'll see how this works out. We're taking out his Randy here, which is sick. We waited for the tower to hit our Santa before we used the rats, but his pigeons cleared us out, so that was actually pretty good on his part. But now we just wait it out. We're not hitting the tower, so this is actually okay. Our tower is going to spawn into him. We'll see. If he plays a card, he's dumb. But our tower spawns into him. I don't hate this. We could play Princess Kenny right into it as well. Okay, I like this. Just build it and then push. They're almost gonna die about at the same time. Chewy's in town? Oh, damn. I haven't seen him in a minute. All right, let's go. Let's go. Get the Coopers out there. Nice heal. Very nice heal. Get the Psalm out there in case we have to clear the slave health. Might not have to. I think we might get lucky on this. No, we get the slave. All right, there you go. Slave health broken. We get the heal. We don't heal the Psalm, unfortunately. But now Sharon, good to go. This piano is killing it in the background. Take him down. Sharon taking him down. Easy breezy. Som taking him out. Oh, that Sharon hit the Som. Nicely done. Will everybody survive and keep getting healed by Sharon? Now, this is why Sharon is good. Because when you get to basically reset after the new kid hits, dude, it's just too impactful. Too impactful. Go ahead and use that. Get rid of them. Oh, it's actually sad. It's actually sad. The perfectly timed rats to be playing. Oh, the Arrow Storm. The Arrow Storm. Oh, there's another cock magic. The Arrow Storm is money, dude. I love it. Honeycomb Havoc. That's a pretty good name. 7,500. Decent. Decent. He's a little bit higher ranked than me right now. We got a pretty okay start. All right. Just use it. I don't hate that. I don't hate that. Just kind of reset the board. I didn't want that little cock to get a bunch of hits on my new kid, so figured we got the castle to defend if he does anything crazy here, so this feels pretty good. Santa or Grand Wizard against this. Grand Wizard can break the slave heal. We can play the Som. If he cock magics, I mean the threat here would be him cock magicking after the slave has been killed. Get the boost on those 3 cocks and then kill my Grand Wizard. That would be the threat here. But now I don't break the heal there, which I don't really understand how that didn't work. But look at this, playing the rats around him just perfectly. Now that is a top level play right there, guys. Let's go over that again. Playing the rats around him just perfectly where they all attack him at the same time. So you play them, see that? They all attack him at the same time. So it's all of their attack combined at once. If you play them in a different position, one's in front, one's behind, they're all gonna attack him separately. You're never gonna break the slave heal with the rats. But if you play them all around them like that, that's why you wanna play on your side of the field. That's the type of control that you get on your side of the field. Where the rats go is a perfect example of that. And his rats coming against my Grand Wizards? What is that? Pause. What is that all about? What is that? That was a ridiculous play. Absolutely spanking him. I should have technically hit him one more auto attack and then use the ability. You want the ability to kill him because you're in a bit of a vulnerable state after you use the ability because you're in an animation, so you're not attacking as much. So I should have attacked again there, then use the animation because I wasn't gonna die in between that. Healing that Grand Wizard, that was brutal. Now his Grand Wizard here, level 4, is a potential little scare. Potential little scare. We have the sea magic coming if we need it. Oh, I like it. We used it before. Oh, the little coop. Wonder Tweak. Wonder Tweak. Get there, Tupperware. Get there, Tupperware. Oh, that's hilarious. That's hilarious. All right, we got more. We got a rational pie. Everybody's gonna be irrational about pie tomorrow. Merry Christmas. It is technically tomorrow, huh? Yeah. Technically tomorrow. Merry Christmas Eve right now. Want to play my Grand Wizard? Nope, I decide. Let's set up the sea magic. We got the rats. Oh, this could be fun. I learned this one from Matt. Ah, that's not great. It's not bad. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. What's he gonna play on us? This is actually kind of annoying. If that damn Wonder Tweak would have gotten cock magic before the ability, that would have been sick. We still get pretty good value, but so frustrating. That should have been sick. That should have been an easy bar and a lost Wonder Tweak. Now look at this. Wonder Tweak level 4 would kill my whole guy. It's terrible. Terrible setup. This guy is getting irrationally lucky. The level 5 Slave of Doom that'll never break. Oh no. No, we got the Som when we need it. Beautiful. Beautiful. Boo 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 boo. Boo 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 boo. Somebody said Merry Christmas earlier. I don't give a shit. It's not Christmas. They can suck my dick. Everybody know I'm a Kwanzaa man. Beautiful Som taking out 5 cocks at once. Stan of Mini Moons just took out 5 cocks at once. That is just an impressive feat. That is an impressive feat. This guy's like Joey Chestnut on the board. This guy's like Joey Chestnut on the board. Boo, 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 boo. Boo, 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 boo. Delete them. What are you deleting, Matt? Oh, just delete them from the game. I see what you're saying. Yeah, I don't disagree. I don't disagree. Just, not that I want them dead, it's just that I don't want them to be alive anymore. All right, here we go. This is levels. This is levels, but he played pretty well. The Wonder Tweak, not leveling the Wonder Tweak, whether that's him or his team, bit of a mistake. Bit of a mistake. Bit of a mistake, but that does it. This was one of the quickest, dirtiest, easiest 114s across the board, 15-0 weeks that I have experienced in quite some time. Not mostly because my competition was just absolutely like elementary. But I would say there's a couple people that had pretty good deck levels, but just did not play very well. But almost every single one of my matches ended with a cock magic to blow up the cocks, which is pretty funny. It's like 6 instead. That's like 3 super farts to end a match. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. But I appreciate you guys stopping by. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you like the video, subscribe. If you haven't already, about 50% of the people watching my videos have not subscribed yet. Might as well do it. Make sure your stuff pops up. My stuff pops up in your feed. We're gonna keep going with some South Park Phone Destroyer live, so don't go anywhere. But if you're on YouTube, the credits are about to roll. Wait, I don't have credits. It's just gonna end abruptly.